You working on that test? Working on the test?
Um,
Not really. How long you had it?
now since November. End of November.
Yeah, nah. I'll holler at you at the end of class.
About 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
I think I took it at the wrong time because I took it right before the baby was born.
Yeah, no, it's no sweat. I'll hold up about it. My nigga. Hey, Shalom, warrior. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shabrakatah.
Hey, Shalom, y'all about some Yashakta.
Hey, that headpiece looking mad decent. The headpiece looking mad decent, boy. I'm out to got me one. Everything to walk?
Hey, Shalom, y'all about some Yashakta.
It's good to see you, warrior. We'll get it cracking here in a minute. All right, shalom. Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai Barakathum to the brothers, Yahweh Shemal Alatham Bahashem Yahweh Shai to the sisters. Okay. This is the ISUPK Florida law class. Okay. ISUPK started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We are under commanding General Yohana. Since 1969, the ISUPK has been teaching Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that they are the true biblical Israelites of the Bible. Okay. And we're going to continue to do that tonight. We're going to bring out some of the law that is not done away with. That goes against, popular thought in the earth that the laws are done away with. Okay. We're going to go into the book and show that the law is not done away with, and let Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians know that the Lord has something for them to do. Okay. But I'm going to wait for the other brothers and sisters, a couple more to jump in here. So I'm going to go ahead and play another song, and we'll get it cracking here in a minute. Okay. So just hang tight with us. We'll play this one, and then we'll go ahead and get it in. What's up? They wouldn't be able to hear the music if I was on mute, right? They wouldn't be able to hear the sound if I was on mute. Sharatazak.
What's going on, Hebrew?
Oh man, you know what it is. Hey, boy, it's good to see you. Every time I see you, man, like it's going down. It's going down in a few days, right?
Yeah,
We're gonna
right.
be rocking out for the Feast of Purim. Okay.
Yes, sir. You already know.
Wait, every time we get together, it's glorious. So.
Damn right, sir. You already know.
Yeah.
Hey, Spike, just you doing The law's not done away with?
What I wanted to do is go into Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians separated from the world.
All right, no sweat. I got you.
Right. Yeah, we need to separate. I want to bring out some scriptures on that. And, like, just let everybody know, giving the example of how we need to separate. You know what I'm saying?
Count on count, sir.
Right. The water.
No sweat, sir.
Good. All right, all right, all right. All right. Most High in Christ, Shalom. Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai Barakatham to the brothers again. Yahweh Shemal Atham, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai to the sisters. Okay. Okay. I want to give a shout out to Courtney. Okay. In the building. Courtney in the building. KJ the designer. Okay. Officer Yawasop. Okay. Makara, Sister Makara. Okay. Quisha. Okay. Officer Quisha in the building. Most High in Christ. Okay, we got the link in the chat. Okay, if you want to jump in, you want to, be live in the class with us. Okay, if you want to read, you want to just be live in the class with us. You got a question, whatever. You know what I mean? You can hit the link. Okay, and that'll get you in here live with us. Okay. Okay. Okay, so we got Officer Quisha. Shalom, Yahweh Shem, Yahweh Shai Barakatah.
So I don't think y'all can hear me. Shalom, Yahweh Shem, stop.
Okay, I can hear you now.
Like it.
Most High in Christ, good to see you, warrior.
Good to see y'all too, man.
What's going on? Everything too wild?
Everything too wild, man. Hanging in there.
Okay, Most High in Christ. So like I was telling the other officer, I wanted to go in tonight. I wanted to go into, us separating from the world, okay, and being holy like our power required of us, okay. He separated us in the beginning, okay, and for us to want to join ourselves to any and everything but our power is killing us today, okay. It's got us on the bottom, okay, of this society, and it's got us in slavery, okay. So we need to separate and be holy people to our power, okay. and not be doing all these things that all the other nations are doing. Okay, we need to be separate and holy. Okay, like the Lord intended us to be. Okay, so if y'all brothers have anything on that you want to bring out, or if you have something else you want to bring out, any questions or whatever, just let me know. But I'm going to start in the book of Ezra. If you would, Kushah, as I call out the scriptures, if you would, type them into the chat, okay, so the other brothers and sisters can know where we're at.
Come,
The water, Most High in Christ, okay. So I wanted to start in the book of Ezra. I got Trooper Razan in the building tonight, and I'm going to let him read that first scripture, all right? We're going to start in the book of Ezra, chapter 10 and verse 11. Okay? We need to do what is our power, the black God of Hispanics and African Americans and Jamaicans and Cubans and Puerto Ricans, Mexicans. We need to be doing what our power required of us and be separate from all these other nations, all these other families. Okay, we are one family, 12 tribes, one family. Okay, 12 equals 1 in the Israelite school of UPK and under Christ. Okay, and Commanding General Yohana, 12 equals 1. Okay, 12 tribes, we're one family. Okay, and as one family, we should only be dealing with each other, okay? There's enough of us to go around, okay? There's enough diversity that we should not need to deal with anybody else but ourselves, okay? We got enough problems. We got to solve our own problems. We got to deal with each other in this family and solve our own problems in our house instead of dealing with the problems of other families. We don't need to be trying to be mayors and senators or governors or what have you, or police officers and all this other stuff. We need to be trying to solve what is going on with our family. We need to be separate from everybody else, and our power, okay, the Salakia, I got you back in, okay? All right, we need to do what our power first. He separated us from everybody else. Okay, so maybe we'll get that first. Okay, maybe we'll get that first. Go drop that. Okay, hold on to it. Put a marker on that. Okay, and then let's go to Leviticus chapter 20 and verse 26. Okay, because the black God chose blacks, Hispanics. He chose a nation, a family of people. Okay, he chose a family of people, and when he did that, he separated that family from everybody else. Okay, he separated us. He put us on a pedestal by ourselves, and how can I say it? It's degrading to our God for us to want to be equal to someone he set us above. He set us above everybody else, and we want to be equal to them. Okay, we want to be side by side, hand by hand with them, and it's because of the fake leaders that we have. Okay, we should not want to be equal to any other family on this earth, because our power put us above those families. He put us above everybody, okay? And for us in 2022 have to ask for equal rights. We are off the beaten path, okay? We went astray, because what we should be wanting we should be wanting rulership over them. We should want our rightful place, but we don't. As blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians today in the earth, we don't even know what our rightful place is. But thanks to Christ and Commanding General Yohana, there's a school set up to show blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians what their rightful place in the earth is.
Right.
Okay, what they should be doing, how they should be living. Okay. So if you would, let me go there. Leviticus chapter 20 and verse 26. Let me get over there real quick, and then I'm gonna have the trooper read it. Okay. Go ahead, Trooper Razan.
Come. The book of Leviticus, chapter 20, verse 26. And ye shall be holy unto me.
It's like you might have to speak up just a little bit. I don't know how. It doesn't sound like it's turned up that loud.
Come.
That's better.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 20, verse 26. And ye shall be holy unto me, for I, the Lord, am holy, and have severed you from other people.
Right. Our God, the God of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, he severed us from other people. He separated us.
Right.
Okay, he put a division between niggas and everybody else.
Right.
Okay, he put a division between the children of Israel and everybody else. Okay, he chose us and he separated us. It's like today, Queen, what's her name over there? And Queen
Elizabeth.
Right. She don't live amongst everybody else. She lives in a palace. She's separate from everybody else. She don't be with, you know what I mean, the regular people, because she's separate. You know what I mean? She considered herself holy, okay, better than everybody else. Well, listen, the black God, the God of the only true living God of this universe, chose black people to be holy.
Right.
He chose us to be separate, okay? And that's what we need to be doing. That's how we should be living. That's what we should aspire to.
Right.
Okay, we should want to be separate, because when we're not separate, guess what happens? What happens when we're not separate from the other families of the earth? Anybody tell me, just give me an example of what happens when we're not separate from the other families. Go ahead. No, go ahead, officer.
All right. When we started joining the other nations, we started serving other gods and taking on all their customs.
That's exactly what happens. Okay, and that's why what's the scripture that say he doesn't want us to be with them, because their daughters would make us turn away from him. Okay.
So like that'll be I want to say Deuteronomy chapter 7 verse 3.
Go ahead and pull it.
Come on, sir. Deuteronomy chapter 7.
Hold on. Don't, not yet. No sweat. Read Leviticus again from the top.
Come. The book of Leviticus, chapter 20 and verse 26. And ye shall be holy unto me, for I, the Lord, am holy.
Right. Our power is separate. Our power, we can't put our power with Buddha or with Islam or any other fake god that's in the earth.
Right.
Our power is separate. He's holy. He's the one true living power.
Right.
Okay, that's why everybody takes this book and try to use it to gain power in the earth. Okay, go ahead.
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
Man, I wanted to add on that too, man. It say like you said, he holy. So how could God, the Most High, say he's holy, separate, and he loved every goddamn body?
How can he? I knew it. That's good. That's a good point. Because I as soon as you start saying it, I knew it. I knew what you was gonna say. And Most High in Christ, that's a good point, Sharatazah. How can he be for everybody when he said he's separate? He said he's holy. He's separate. There's only one people, one family that he's going to deal with. Right. So how can he be for everybody? That's why we got to come out of this world, because the world is full of lies and deceit and has been given over to the hand of the devil. Okay? So this devil tells you that God loves everybody. Being gay is an alternative lifestyle, and now you are on the bottom, and you know what I mean? You don't even know your culture. You don't know your way of living. You know what I mean? You don't know what you're supposed to do. You don't even know how to live or operate in this earth, okay? Because you don't know our God is separate, okay? He's holy, just like you're supposed to be, okay? Keep reading.
Come. And have severed you from other people.
Right. He separated us from other people. Like, because we work with when he separated Adam, okay, all the families of the earth were mingling together. They were marrying each other. They would, there was no separation. But when God chose Adam, he separated Adam, okay, from everybody else. He made Adam holy. And from that time till now, nothing has changed, okay? We should still be separate from all the other families of the earth. And that's why we are the 12 tribes, and everybody else is what? What are all the other families? Go ahead.
Nothing.
That's true. That's definitely true. But what are they called in the Bible? All the other nations, what are they called in the Bible?
Heathens.
They're heathens. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we are Jews. Everybody else are heathens. Okay? So we need to separate ourselves. But listen, I understand. So we have to go out here and teach brothers and sisters and show them who they are. We have to tell them who they are. We have to do classes. We have to go out and do camp. You know what I mean? Like, that's our obligation to make these dead bones come alive again. Okay? So keep reading where you at.
Come. That ye should be mine. You want me to go to 27?
No, that's it. The Lord separated us so we could be his. Okay? If we are mingling and dealing with marrying other nations and all this other stuff, the Lord is going to turn his face away from us, okay? And that's what we're going through right now. So we have to separate ourselves and make ourselves holy so our holy God can turn his face back to us, okay, and get us out of this hell that we're in.
Right.
Okay. Okay. Officer Quasha, what you got?
Come. I was going to bring out Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 3.
Deuteronomy 7 and 3.
Or I could go to 6 since we still talking about holy. I'll go to 6 since it's more familiar with the topic. Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6.
Yep.
For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Right. The Lord chose you to be above everybody else. So it's an insult to our God that we want to be equal to anybody else. That we want equal rights, it's an insult to him. Okay? We should not want to be equal to anyone on this earth. On this rock, on this planet that we live on, we should not want to be equal to anyone else, because our power, who chose us and went into a covenant with us, we agreed, okay, on this covenant. We agreed that he would be our power and we would be his people, okay? He chose us, and in return, we chose him, okay? So it's an insult, okay, to our power for us to want to be equal to any other family in this earth, okay? It's an insult to Christ. He died for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. So it's an insult to Christ for us to want to be equal to anybody else, okay? hold on. Just stay right there. Okay. Just stay right there. Okay, so we should not want to be equal to anyone else. Okay. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto him, unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. Okay. Okay, so that special people that the Lord chose is blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Okay. Go open the door. Oh, but never mind. It's locked. You get it. Okay, so we should not want to. I was just about to. I had to pull it. I didn't know who it was, sir. I didn't expect that. It's a lock. Okay. All right. So where we at? We are in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6. That's a good precept you pull, officer. Okay. The Lord, you know, he chose us, okay, to be special. And for us to not want to be special, for us not to want to be what he chose us to be, it's an insult to him. Okay, it's an insult to everything that Christ did. Okay, and you know what? It's an insult to Commanding General Yohana. It's an insult to brothers that are under Commanding General Yohana. Okay, that our brothers and sisters will want to be equal with a heathen. We should not want to be equal to any other nation or family of people on this earth. Okay, that's not what our agreement was with our power. Okay, he said he would put us over the top of everybody if we separated ourselves and followed his law, statutes, and commandments. Okay, that's what we're supposed to be doing. That was the agreement. That's what we should be doing in 2022. That's where we should be at. Okay, and that's why under Commanding General Yohana, we have generals, captains, and officers that go out and teach blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to separate themselves. Because if they don't, they are going to get the punishment that the heathens are going to get. And there's a punishment coming, okay, for not separating, okay? So if you would, we'll go ahead and drop that. Give me Isaiah chapter 13. Isaiah chapter 13, and we'll start at verse 14, okay? There's a straight punishment coming for not, if you don't separate from these other nations, from the world. Okay, you don't separate yourselves from this world, this society, and you do everything that they're doing. You celebrate Christmas and Valentine's Day and all these pagan vain days. The Lord you're gonna get caught up in the destruction of this world, of this society. When the judgment comes down, you're gonna get caught up in that punishment if you don't separate. That's why we go out and we warn brothers and sisters, just like Noah did. Okay, Noah went out and warned, okay, that there was a punishment coming, there was a destruction coming, and just like today, nobody wants to hear it. They want to keep marrying just like they did, you know, in Adam's time, just marrying all different people together. They want to, you know, just be, you know, equal, everybody equal, which is not something that our Lord, our God, said we should do. Okay, that's not what we should be doing. We should separate or be joined to them and die. Okay, go ahead and read it.
Okay, you said Isaiah 13 and
Start at verse, hold on, let me get there with you. Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 14. Go ahead.
the book of Isaiah, chapter 13 and verse 14. And it shall be as the chased roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people.
That's heavy right there. Like, we should be turning to our own people, okay? There's gonna come a time, okay, when it'll be like, you know, it should be like as a chased roe, somebody misled, okay, and a sheep that no man taketh up, okay? He's just in the world, don't know what to do, okay? They shall every man turn to his own people, okay? We should turn. There's gonna come a time when you won't have a choice but to turn to your own people.
Right.
But before that time comes, you should just do it.
Right.
Okay, you should just do what the Lord required of you to do. What the Lord did for you, and when He first blessed you, He separated you.
Right.
He separated Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians from all the other families in the earth. Okay, keep reading.
Come on. And flee every one into his own land.
That's man. I can't wait till the Lord comes back, send Christ back, and we will have our own land again, and we will take the other nations and set them in their place. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 15. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword.
Right. If you Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, and Christ returns, okay, and you are joined to America, you are, wanting to be hand in hand with them. You are wanting to be equal to your oppressor. You will get thrust through, okay? You're gonna die, okay? And everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword, okay? You want to go against Christ, just like the oppressor, you're gonna die, okay? You're gonna suffer the punishment that is gonna come with not separating and making yourself separate from these other nations, from your oppressor, okay? And listen, Christ should not have to come and kill you. You know what I mean? Like, you should, the state that we're in, the way that this society treats us, you should want to be separate from them. Right. You should want some kind of, you know what I mean, like, different way of living.
Right.
You should want some kind of separation from them, so they're not allowed, so they can't just shoot and kill you in the street, okay? You shouldn't want to, you know what I mean, like, be out and living and eating and drinking with them.
Right.
Okay, it's so many stories that come out, you know what I mean? It's just a story just came out. The brother went hunting with a bunch of Edomites, and they hunted him. If somebody pull up the story. A brother just went hunting with like 5 or 6 other Edomites up into a cabin in the woods, and they shot him 9 times. And the story is that they turned around and hunted him, like that one movie that Ice-T was in, when he was the white guys took him hunting and they hunted him down. That just happened. There's a story that just came out that exact same thing just happened. So we should want to be separate from them, okay?
And the problem is really like, if we don't realize that we're already getting the punishment. Like, we're already getting the judgment. Like you was just saying, the conditions that we're in, we're getting the punishment, but Negroes don't see that they're in punishment, man. Not realizing, like, if we don't change, if we don't separate from them, then like this whole 4,000 years wasn't enough. You know what I'm saying? Now we're gonna have to die in thermonuclear warfare and come back on the bottom because we couldn't recognize that this was already punishment. You know what I'm saying? Like you were saying, we still just want to join with them. We want to go hunting with them. We want to eat with them because that's our way of making things better. You know what I'm saying? But this is the punishment, man. This is the punishment that the Most High has given us, and we're gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna end it all, because that thrust through, that kill with the sword, that thermonuclear warfare, that's what's happening to us, man. The brothers being shot down in the streets, that's being killed with the sword. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to join your brothers and separate from everybody else. You know what I'm saying? That's what's happening to us to end with thermonuclear warfare. You know what I'm saying? If Christ does return, man. It's sad.
Right. Khan, sir. Go ahead.
I don't know if you saw it, but remember that sister who was I think she was in Brooklyn, New York. She was on that Tinder or Bumble or whatever. She had went on a date with some Edomite, some old Edomite, and she was found dead like the next morning. And the Edomite, the police officers didn't even question the guy. They said they let him go. They said, "Oh, he seemed like he was a nice guy." Well, anyways, the toxicology report came back. The coroner examiner came back and said that they found fentanyl and a date rape drug in her blood, and that the mayor just suspended the two Edomite officers who basically said that this Edomite that she went on this date with, this old Edomite, seemed like a nice guy, so they didn't even need to investigate further, even though she passed away. And,
yeah, so the detective said, "Oh, he seemed like a nice guy. He looked just like me. How could he not be a nice guy? I'm a nice guy." Okay, and this sort of thing happens all the time in this society. Okay, it happens all the time. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's Kathleen Moore. He talking about the lady,
right?
Kathleen Moore.
No, so like I think it's like Lee Daniels, like Rihanna Lee Daniels or something like that.
Okay, I mean, if you could pull up the story just to get the name right, I mean, we don't want to give it, like just be guessing or whatever. But
who the hell cares? All they doing is, like I'm saying, if they ain't in here, listen, listen, you need the truth. I don't give a damn about your name no more, man. Right. Like, listen, I'm gonna care when you come in here and you care about somebody other than your hot behind.
Right.
You understand? Or than your hot. Otherwise, I can give a damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, we here doing the job, like we calling the Lord's people, man. We are calling the Lord's people to change their life. You look around you right now. How many people are on that chat right now? How many people are sitting in this room?
Right.
There was the people that I care about. We gonna put it out on the video. We gonna live stream it, but guess what? At the end of the day, they would rather get high on fentanyl and have sex with old white men so that they can join and hold hand in hand with the people that got it all, that hate their guts, right. And they want to get ran through.
Right.
With a sword, with some tiny white rod, something. They want to get ran through. You understand? And that's none of my damn business.
Like, who's to say she didn't, want that dang fentanyl that's in her system? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and like he drugged her.
Right.
You went out with an old white man.
Right.
You didn't need no drugs for that. She wanted that.
Right.
She wanted that.
Right.
And it's because they want to join, like I'm saying, they won't separate. It's bad enough you grew up in the ghetto. It's bad enough you grew up in the barrios and the reservations. It's bad enough, you know what I'm saying, you were hated by everybody, but now still, they can't see what you able to see. You know what I'm saying? And we need to separate. You know what I'm saying? What they trying to do is have some success in this place. Trying to do something with their life. I don't want to live my life and I didn't do nothing. What the hell?
What are you doing? What are you doing?
What success are you going to have in this place?
Right.
They can't see it. They just want to get as close as they can. And guess what? You're going to get this scripture right here is heavy. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get exactly what they get. You know what I mean? Like, this wasn't enough. You ready to take some more to join hand in hand with your oppressor. It's ridiculous, man.
Come, sir. And it's like, it's not like, I don't care. As long as you Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, you grew up, you saw some sort of racism, oppression, or whatever. Right. And then you turn around and become an adult and say, you know what? I'm still going to, go and lay with this oppressor. I'm going to sell myself to just so I can get a piece of the pie. When I know if I'm not selling myself or humbling myself to them, I'm not going to get nothing. You know what I mean? And listen, I'd rather have nothing. Right. You know what I mean? I'd rather have my brothers and sisters, than to sell myself, like Kat was saying. And be with this old wrinkled troglodyte, you know what I mean? Forget that. For nothing. You're not.
What bag did she get?
Right.
The bride is dead.
How far are you gonna go? How far can you get? You know what I mean? Like, what, you gonna pay 1 month's rent? You know what I mean? Like,
She didn't even get to do that.
still in the ghetto.
In the grave.
In the grave now.
Yeah.
Come.
Ridiculous. I mean, like that's like I said, this scripture is so heavy because, like it's saying, us wanting to join with them, you just gonna get what they get. And the Lord got this punishment for them. You already getting yours.
Right.
We was in slavery when Isaiah is writing this.
Right.
We in slavery right now.
Come.
We've been in slavery for 3,000 years.
Come.
He writing it, and this is what's going to happen to them. But guess what? 3,000 years later, we still trying to join with them. We still trying to get down with them. We still don't believe our power. We still hate niggas. We hate, you know what I'm saying? It's just, so you gonna get what they get.
Right.
You gonna get the rest.
Guess what? You deserve it.
Right.
We all deserve it and more.
Come.
The Lord is having mercy. He's giving you a chance.
Right. That's
How
what
the hell you ain't gonna take it?
Come.
Take it.
Yes, sir. Any one of you officers got anything online you want to add? Y'all
Tawab, sir.
Okay.
Yes, slightly, sir. Her name is Lauren Smith Fields. She's 23 years old.
Lauren Smith Fields, like Cap said, who cares? You know what I mean? Like she nobody forced her to step out with that Edomite. Nobody forced her to go out in public and hold hands, then go into some private room or house or whatever and do whatever madness they were doing together. So if Lauren didn't want to hear the man of the Lord, this is what happens. If you don't want to hear the man of the Lord, this is what will happen to you. Okay. So, you know, that's that. You know what I'm saying? That's that. Oh, keep reading. Keep reading.
Verse 16. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished. That's happening to us right now. But this is what the Lord has for them.
Okay, what's that precept where we should take their little ones and dash them against the stones? What is
Psalms?
Go ahead and pull that for me, Dan.
Psalms 149, one to cover, somewhere like that.
Yeah, this is what you separating and hoping for the destruction of your.
135.
I think it was one. I looked it up. Thought I had it written down. Oh, 137 and 9. 137 and 9. Go to Psalms. We're going to go to Psalms, the book of Psalms, chapter 137 and verse 9.
Okay.
This is what the Lord has for the oppressor, okay? For if you separate, then you can watch your oppressor get his punishment. But if you don't separate, you gonna be part of that punishment. You will feel, okay, the heat of thermonuclear bombs, okay? Instead of enjoying your oppressor getting what he did to you, getting it back to him, you will be right next to him in his destruction, which, I mean, that is insane. You know what I mean? Like, we've been through slavery. We know what we've been through, okay? It's 2022. There's no Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian on this earth that doesn't know our history and what we've been through. And for us to want to be with them and join hand in hand with them and say that, you know, God loves everybody, you are a fool, okay? Okay, what you need to do is listen to the men of the Israelite School, University and Practical Knowledge, okay, and separate yourselves from your enemy,
Right.
okay? Read what you got, troopers.
The book of Psalms, chapter 137, verse 9. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones.
Right. Like when that day comes, when Christ returns and we get to hunt our enemy, okay, and pay them back for what they did to us, you should be happy for that. Even before it happens right now, just knowing that that's going to take place should bring you some kind of joy, okay? Give you something to look forward to, give you a reason to separate from them, okay? Because you don't want to be a part of the destruction that this troglodyte got coming, okay?
Right.
You want to be separate from him, okay?
Look what happened to that sister you just brought up. Look what happened to Joy Brown. Some stinking African killed one of our sisters. You know what I'm saying? Look what happened to Trayvon Martin. You go down the list. And like the Lord is saying, like all of these people, they wanted to join. That, you know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, that sister wanted to get money. She wanted to have sex with this cracker. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be. Well, our solace is us, like you're saying, is separating from them. You know what I'm saying? And watching the same thing happen to them, man. Happy shall he be that take it and dash it your little ones. That sister was 23 years old. Trayvon Martin was like 15, 16 when he died. You understand? Like Joy Brown was a young 20-something year old. You know what I mean? When she died, man. Happy shall he be that gets to take your little ones and beat their heads against the stone and do what you did unto us. You know what I'm saying? That's what the Lord is offering you if you just separate, man.
Right.
You keep the law, statutes, commandments. Don't be about what they about. We in there. You know what I'm saying?
No sign of Christ. No sign of Christ. So that is what, you know what I mean? Like all the men in the Israelite school and universal practical knowledge, we are one body, one mind, okay? And
Right.
we think alike. That's what we want. We want to couple a little infant Edomite child feet together and bash his head against the stone. Because guess what? They did it to us.
Right.
Okay? They did worse to us. Okay? So why would I not want to? It's justice. It's called justice.
Right.
Okay? An eye for an eye. You know what I mean? Like all Christians believe in that, don't they? You know what I'm saying? So listen, that's what separating you will be able to see your oppressor get exactly what he did to you. Okay? All that slavery that everybody in the earth knows about. Let's just say all we know is the 400 years of slavery. Okay? Hey, he should go into slavery too. He should get that too. Why should you not want that? It's just, justice. Okay? Okay, that's all it is. We should only join to our own people, okay? Our flesh, okay? That's what we should be doing. What is it? Let me see. Drop that. Let's go to 1 Kings. Okay. 1 Kings chapter 8 and verse 53. I want to get okay, what's the precept where what was it? What it says you can't be a Jew by, you have to be flesh. You have to be the flesh. Shiratazah. Quashah.
Yes, sir.
What's the precept where it says you have to be born a Jew? You can't just you can't be a Jew by spirit or whatever. It has to be flesh. Okay.
Let me look up.
Okay, you can't be part of this family unless you're born in this family, okay? And once you're born in this family, okay, and you are part of this family, if you were born in the earth, a Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, you cannot get away from being who you are, okay? You can turn your back and join the other nations, but you still are who you are,
Right.
okay? So you need to join to your own flesh, okay?
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
Is it Romans 2 and 28?
Okay. Romans chapter 2 and verse 28. You can start in I don't think that's the one I wanted, but you can read it. No, that's not the one I wanted.
Come on.
Okay. Go ahead and read it though. I mean, we can't convert. You can't convert, okay, and be, in this family, okay. If your father didn't come over here on a cargo slave ship, then you know what I mean. You're not in the family of Christ, okay. You can't. The Lord don't love everybody, okay, and that family needs to separate, okay. We need to separate ourselves from these other families, okay.
Everybody didn't come over on the
Come. Well, come. Yeah. Yes, sir. Go ahead and read it, officer.
Come. Romans chapter 2, verse 28. For he is not a Jew, which is one outwardly, neither is the circumcision which is outward in the flesh.
That was the only one I could think of. I don't know which one you talking about. That was the only one I could think of.
Oh, okay.
He's not a Jew that's one outwardly. Yeah, that's the only one I could think of. I don't know. I can't remember.
There was one that said,
I'm just talking about the one in 11, where he said that I may provoke to emulation. My flesh. Yeah, that's not what he's talking about either.
Okay, no sweat. But yeah, I mean, you have to be born, in this family to be a part of the covenant that we made with our power, okay? And our family needs to separate from everything else that's going on in this earth, okay? All right, we should not, go ahead.
You talking about the one where it says where Paul said who are Romans 9 and 4? Or no. Romans 9 and 3.
Yep, that's it. Yep, that's it. According to the flesh, okay. If you would, Sharatazar, read it for me. Like, I just wanted to bring this out. Like, we're telling our people to separate. We're not telling anybody else, okay, that they can be a part of this covenant. That they wasn't part of the slavery, okay. They're not. They wasn't part of that. So how can they want to be a part of the kingdom that, our power has for us, okay? Our heaven, okay? They're all other nations, okay? They were a part of our destruction, okay? So when we do take over this earth, okay, and we have our heaven, you can't be a part of it, okay? Go ahead and read it, Sharatazak.
Khan. Romans chapter 9 and verse 3. For I could wish that myself were accursed from Christ for my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh.
This who Paul only cared about blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, okay? And he feel like I feel today, okay? I look and I see, how our brothers and sisters are dying in the street. They're joining themselves to old troglodytes, okay, and trying to come up and get the bag, you know what I mean? Like, I wish that, the Lord would just curse me if that meant all other blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians could wake up to the truth and separate themselves from, trying to be a part of this world, this society, okay, all other nations, okay? And that's exactly what Paul was saying. And he only wished that for his people, his family, according to the flesh. You had to be born an Israelite, Okay, you can't just be, African and you know them Africans, they try that crap. They'll come over here from Africa and they come in your face, smile, hey, hello, brother, and we all black. We have to stick together. Nigga, man, you better get out my face with that junk. You know what I mean? Like, then he sent all his money right back to his people. Okay, and before you know it, he's bringing more Africans over here to try to be over you, to braid your hair, okay, and fry chicken and sell it to you. But they don't want to live in your neighborhood. They don't want to live. Them same Africans that say that we brothers and we all brown and black and we need to stick together. Guess what religion they are? They Muslims. Okay, they you know what I mean, want to be something else. Our power, you know what I mean, we need to separate to be what our God, had for us, okay, as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, okay, and that's Hebrew Israelites that, keep his law, statutes, and commandments, okay. Those laws, statutes, and commandments is the only thing that will save blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, okay, out of dying in the streets, okay, by, the other nations, okay. We have to separate, okay. We want to not die of high blood pressure, to not die of AIDS, to not be, on the bottom of the barrel. We have to separate, man. We have to stop trying to be, a part of this society, a part of this world, okay?
Right.
So we can drop that.
Sorry, sir.
Go ahead.
Khan, you know what I'm saying? And us coming together with these heathens got Hamites like what you were saying, to piggyback, got Hamites like that cat on Fresh and Fit. You understand? Bad mouthing our sisters. You know what I'm saying? You know that Hamite? Khan on the podcast?
Right.
Like, he bad mouthing all our sisters, man. You understand? And he a Hamite. And then you got brothers on this show that don't even have the courage to stand up when he bad mouthing the sisters.
Listen,
you know what I mean?
They bad mouth our sisters, okay? Shit,
right.
We do it to each other, okay? So we've been taught that. We've been taught to hate each other. We've been taught to hate everything about ourselves instead of trying to fix, the problem. We just hate it, okay? We join the hatred that everybody else has for us instead of showing any kind of compassion or love to try to fix each other, okay?
You know what though? It's that I believe it's in I forget where it's at. If they join themselves to my people as they taught, like they learn basically, you know what I'm saying? Like, we joined ourselves to them because how the hell is America great? How the hell was Egypt great? Except for that we joined with them. We followed their gods. We bought the shit that they, were pushing and everything like that. We bought into their whole way of life. Well, that's how they became great. You know what I'm saying? So now the Africans is catching on. You know what I'm saying? We go to them to get our hair braided. We buying African gods and trinkets and all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that they can, again, just like everyone else, be up on top of us. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't come together over a chicken dinner. You know what I'm saying? Let alone anything else. You know what I'm saying? About a god or anything like that. But that's what makes them great, like getting us to join. Because when I was young, I know the shop probably remember. Like, if you ever said to an African, like, what's up, brother? You from the motherland? They will tell you straight to your face that you are not an African.
Right.
They will tell you straight up, you ain't no African. You know what I'm saying? You from here? No, you not African. You know what I'm saying? And we didn't understand it. We're like, nigga, look, we black.
Right.
We brown. We didn't understand it. But they wasn't trying to get down with you. Never was. You know what I'm saying? Now it's still the same way, except for now they trying to make you get down with them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's all, you know what I mean? So,
right.
I mean, where is that? Is it in Jeremiah? If they teach, I believe it's like Jeremiah, maybe like 12. If they bow unto me as they taught my people to bow unto worship Baal.
Right. Thought I had it right here, but no, that's not it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, they can be great in our kingdom too.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? All you gonna have to do is get down and love everything I love. You know what I'm saying? Worship the God I worship. You'll be good to go, man. You know what I mean? They'll be talking about their own people. Like, them stinking piss drinking
Right.
Africans.
Yeah, I can't stand my people.
Damn.
You were good. You were good. Slave. Go ahead.
Jeremiah 12 and 16.
Jeremiah 12 and 16. Okay. And Jeremiah 12 and 16. Okay, I'm gonna let the trooper in the room read it.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 12, verse 16. And it shall come to pass, if they will diligently learn the ways of my people.
So what?
If they will diligently learn the ways of my people.
That's what it is, man. Like, black people don't want to separate and have their own ways. We trying to join everybody else and their ways and their gods. But as soon as we come back into the truth in the Isupk up under the Most High and Christ commanded you in your honor, you'll have your own goddamn way. You'll have your own way of dressing.
Right.
They like to laugh and talk about how we got our own way. And guess what? Everybody's gonna be wearing this. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's gonna be rocking fringes in a hot second. You understand? Because you stood strong under what the Most High gave you as your own damn culture, your own, heritage or whatever. That's what it's saying. If they will these other nations will diligently learn the ways of my people, the people that serve the Most High, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that are in the truth. If they will diligently learn the ways of my people,
to swear by my name,
to serve our God,
right.
To serve the nigga God. You understand? Like, if they will swear by the name of the Most High, forget Ra and ISIS and who the hell ever else. You understand?
Right.
If they will learn to swear by the name of the Most High, like, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Yahweh liveth, as they taught my people to swear by Baal.
Right, like Yahweh is the God, the God of the earth. You know what I'm saying? He's the creator. Forget every other God. If they learn and they live by that, the same way that we believe in Santa Claus and white Jesus and, Buddha and Egyptology gods and your mama and your sister and whatever else, if you come and you want to follow niggas and do what we like, dress how we dress, serve the God we serve,
then shall they be built in the midst of my people.
then they'll be a great people too. You know what I'm saying? They'll be successful. They would have done something with their life. You understand what I'm saying? Like, then they'll be, have a good job or whatever. They'll be built. They'll have, it'll be a whole Chinatown. You know what I'm saying? We might not call it that. We might call it, Moab muck or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But they'll have their own. Y'all can have y'all like to eat rice. Is it lawful? It's lawful rice, right? Y'all ain't cooking no dogs over there. We don't want to eat that. You know what I'm saying? If we want to eat what you cooking, we'll have you in the palace and cook for us. But then they'll be established because they will be just like how black people are established in America. Right. How do you get established as a nigga in America? You sing the songs they like, you dress how they want you to dress, you worship the God that they want you to worship, and you are established as a great people. Look at Oprah. Oprah don't believe in no God. Right. Oh, they love her. She is a whole bit. She says she's God, or you're your own God, basically. You understand? Okay. But that's this. She's established. Right. She got her own company, got crackers working for her. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, she's established, and she's still a nigga. Mm-hmm. She's established. Of course, Esau can take it anytime he wants, but that's the point. Same thing with us. We just need a good slave. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You think I ain't gonna have me some good African slaves? You know what I'm saying? Some good white slaves. All they gonna be running up and through there. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's it. Any more?
I can read 17.
Yeah, go ahead.
But if they will not obey, I will utterly pluck up and destroy that nation, saith the Lord.
Just like us, man.
Yeah. Just like you were just saying. They could take it from Oprah, like Nick Cannon, you know what I mean? He was established, but he didn't obey, and he said something different.
Black Wall Street.
Black
Wall Street, man. Had our own airplanes, all that. We were circulating that money too much. Right. Within our own communities, man. Right. They came and dropped bombs on niggas. You understand? And that's what it is. Like I read it right here. Read it one more time from top 17.
Come. Verse 17. But if they will not obey, I will utterly pluck up and destroy that nation, saith the Lord.
Utterly pluck it up and destroy that place, man. That nation. They'll be up out of there. And that's like I said, man, we are reaping exactly what the Most High said we was gonna get, man. We didn't want to separate. We didn't want to be our own. We want to kiss the ass of everybody else. Well, you are sitting here being murdered by your oppressors, by your slave masters. You are getting done up every which way. Ain't nothing you can do. We still marching in 2022. Martin Luther King been dead damn near 100 years.
Right.
Niggas was marching back then, and you still marching, asking and begging them to see you as a man, bro. It's because you ain't no goddamn man. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not a woman, man. You are a homeborn slave and a bitch. You understand? Excuse my language.
No, you are so right, sir. You are so right, sir. You are so right. Like, you know what I mean? Like, instead of wanting to be, something better, we will settle for less. Okay, we will sell ourselves out. You know what I mean? Like, we don't. You know what I mean? Like, we don't want to be like our power, which is a man of war.
Right.
We'd rather be, a homeborn slave, like Kat was saying. You know what I'm saying? We'd rather just, take it on the chin and just, be a part of what they got to offer. You know what I'm saying? And listen, if we separate, we can, we could be something. If you read this Bible, it tells you if you separate, you will have something more than just, being able to have a good job or, being able to qualify for a mortgage.
Right.
Or, you know what I mean? Like, and live live with them in their community. You know what I mean? You're supposed to have a community of your own.
Right.
Okay. Whereas in that community is supposed to be, built up like in the image of, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You know what I'm saying?
Like that white woman told Christ, she just realized like how we are living now. We just want the scraps that fall from the master's table. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, she understood that she was a slave. And that's how we are now. We don't have that spirit no more. You know what I'm saying? I brought that up the other day. Like, we got to take our spirit back because we are living like we aren't princes of the power and princesses of the power. Like, we used to be in the dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need to take the children's meat and give it to the dog. We just want the scraps, master. You know what I'm saying? And that's because it's so sad because of who we are. We know who we are in the truth. And it hurts. It hurts us that much that our people are just taking it on the chin, like you said.
Right. Like, damn, that's deep, sir. I mean, like, you have surrendered your whole soul and being to just say, you know what, I don't mind being, you know what I mean, a nigga.
Right.
I don't mind being, second class. You know what I mean? Just give me, like Cap said, just give me the scraps. You know what I'm saying? Just let me be able to, dress like a, man, I don't even want to say it. Like they show, black, they show them dressed up and got a monkey with a suit on. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Like we should want more than that. Okay? We should do what the Lord wants us to do, and that is separate from all these other nations. Okay? So go to Ezra chapter 10 and verse 11. I think that was like the first one we was going to do, and then we dropped it. Okay? Ezra chapter 10 and verse 11. By separating, we would be doing what the Lord wants us to do, what would be pleasing to him. If you please your Father, guess what? He'll do something to please you. And what you should be wanting is to get out of this hell that we in.
Right.
Okay, we are in hell on earth, and you should want it better than that. You should want more than just being able to go to a job and serve your oppressor every day and get a paycheck at the end of the week. Okay, you should want something better than that.
Right.
Okay, read what you got.
The book of Ezra, chapter 10, verse 11. Now, therefore, make confession unto the Lord God of your fathers, and do his pleasure, and separate yourselves from the people of the land. Right.
We're supposed to separate from these other nations that are around and about us. And it just said that would please our God. That's what he wants. He wants you to be separated from them. He severed us. Okay, we read that earlier, right? You know what I mean? Our God did it for us. The way he put the way he put us in rulership was by us being separate from everybody else.
Right.
Not equal to everybody else, not joined to everybody else, but actually being separate from everybody else is the only way that we can have rulership on this earth. Not being hand in hand with them. And this is like what Captain Shawar Yala was saying a little while ago. We have to want to be in rulership.
Right.
We have to want to be more than just a nigga on the bottom. You know what I mean? Like a slave, a homeboy. We have to want, and it's like this. Our oppressor has done such a job on us to, like, when you talk to the average Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, they can't imagine this earth being run without the white man being on top of it.
Right.
Like they can't fathom it. Like it's not something that you can even imagine. But our power said that we would be the rulers on this earth, but we have to do what he wants us to do. And that is the only way we're going to be that ruling class is to separate, okay? To separate from the other nations, the people that are round about you in the land, okay? You have to separate from them.
So what I can say.
Go ahead.
Sometimes when I be passing out flyers and I be approaching our brothers and sisters, like at Walmarts and stuff, and I give them a flyer, and I can see it on their face. I already know when they start reading it, right? and I'll be telling them like, yeah, you know, we got a school down here. You know, you got to come down, call this number. Next thing you know, they'll read like a portion of it, like the oppressors of them, like the Bible speaks of or something, and you'll just see their face, like their eyes get big.
They lose their spirit.
Right.
Their whole continence, because their spirit and continence is based off of serving the oppressor.
Right.
It's a scripture with the homeborn slave that I was using. You know what I'm saying? Because like you said, that's they just are that. It's rough to hear and see. They think it at the house. They think it at the house every time something happens to a nigga. You know what I'm saying? They all up in arms. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll be playing, you know, my little spades game on the little app. And you know, it's racist white people everywhere, and they use stuff like an app to, you know, be a gangster.
Let it out.
Yeah, right. So they'll be like free crack pipes for all black people or something like that. And a black person will come on there and be like, "Watch your mouth, cracker, something." You know what I'm saying? But as soon as you say it, if you come on and you be like, in the Bible, God is about this, they be like, right. all the life just leave out of them. I mean, like it immediately leaves them because it's like for you to say it and then say it and staring so strong on it, like God is saying this is in the Bible.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like they almost ashamed when, you know, they have to get back racist with a racist cracker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, watch your mouth, cracker. Right. Can I just say that?
But
sorry.
Exactly.
Right.
It's crazy because on the app in his house, watch your mouth, cracker. But he come outside and it ain't none of that.
That's just you. That's just you on the corner.
Yeah, you know, he ain't gonna do it outside. You know what I mean? Like Cap said, like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, as soon as he say that, like he ducking, like, oh, you know what I mean? Like this. Listen, this is you. We have to be like our God, who is a man of war. And we are that. It's just that we've been so beat down. We've been so oppressed.
Right.
We've been so, how can I say it? We've just been so trodden to, like, you know, it's in your DNA. Because they say, like, you know what I mean, like the oppression or the how can I say it? The whatever the mother feels, she passes on to you in the womb. Like if she's feeling trauma or whatever, or you know what I mean, any kind of whatever she feels, it's passed on to you and it comes out. You come out with that in you already. That's why white people are born. You know what I mean? They're born and they're also taught from birth you know what I mean, that they are the ruling class, that they are better than everybody else. And it's sad that we have to come out of the womb and be taught to be a good slave, be a good nigga, you know what I mean, like to make sure you say yes sir when you go to the job, and cut your beard and cut your hair, and you know what I mean, like you make sure, you know what I mean, like you don't, you know what I mean, offend this other nation. Don't offend the white man, you know what I mean, like we come out of the womb with that, and we're taught that as we grow up, and all we have to do is want to separate, and actually separate, and our power will get us, he will change our whole continent and everything about us, so we don't have to perform in this earth like a homeborn slave, okay? Right. All we need to do is separate from all of the madness that this oppressor has put on us, okay? One, also wanted to bring out like how we should not, you know, all the things that this oppressor does, like, but like keep Christmas and Thanksgiving and Valentine's Day is coming up. You know what I mean? We should not be doing that. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to get one scripture showing that the Lord hates all these days, okay, these holidays that our oppressor keeps, okay? We should be keeping the high holy days, okay? That's separate, being separate and keeping the Passover and the Feast of Purim, okay, which is coming up around the same time as Valentine's Day. But instead of passing out Valentine's Day cards, you should be in here celebrating the victory that we actually got. You know, that a sister risked her life to save our whole nation, okay, to save our people, okay, and the scriptures say we supposed to celebrate that throughout all our generations, okay. That's having pride in your own people and what you achieve, what your people has done. That's having pride in that and separating and celebrating that instead of joining yourself to what the other nations are doing and celebrating their victories, celebrating their accomplishments. Celebrate your own, man. Celebrate how Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians could have been wiped off the earth and the Lord decided not to do it, okay? Right. Celebrate that, okay? April, what is it? I'm slacking. February 15th and 14th and 15th, okay? Starting at sundown. Celebrate that the Lord decided not to kill all Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, okay? It's coming up this month. We're right here in Riviera Beach. You can come and join us at the school, okay? Come celebrate with us, eat, drink, and you know what I mean, like, and praise and give honor to our power, okay? 1628 Avenue E, Riviera Beach, okay? Right here, it's going down, okay? February 14th and 15th at sundown, okay? So where you at right now? One of you officers got something you want to bring out?
Live.
Wow, sir.
Okay, most time, Christ. Shiratazar, if you would, just keep an eye on the chat for me and let me know if there's any questions or whatever, okay?
Kanawaka.
Water. Okay. Okay. Go ahead and drop that. I want to get the Lord hates your feast days. Okay, that's going to be Amos 5, Amos chapter 5 and 21. Okay. Amos 5 and 21. Go ahead.
The book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 21. I despise your feast days.
This is how the Lord feels about Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians keeping or celebrating Valentine's Day that's coming up. Okay, celebrating Thanksgiving and Christmas. Okay, Kwanzaa, which who hell knows what that's about? Some Negro made up so he could be part of trying to make us be, something in this society.
No, ain't that African?
No, I think what I remember reading, it was some Negro made that up. And man, not too long ago he made it up. And
I always thought it was an African holiday. We was trying to be African.
No, some Negro made that up, man. And so
he tried.
Yeah.
I ain't mad at that one. I thought he was trying to follow somebody.
He trying to
look that nigga up.
Yeah, but like, you know what I mean? No matter what it is, nothing is going to work unless it's in this book, okay? Unless it's what the Lord has for us, okay?
Okay. Stop that. Y'all think you that? This nigga came up with his own motherfucking shit. Like that would be like me setting up a day to commemorate what you did. Let's say you gave your life for me, right? Let's say you died for me, right? And I decide like every day, every year this day, I'm going to remember this brother and what he did, right? You know what I'm saying? Like there's nothing wrong with that. But the Most High is saying that he hates us following, not doing what he wanted us to do. Like let's say you following all of the high holy days and you want to keep another day. Like, you understand, Purim
right? No,
it's not a high holy day. You understand that, right?
I understand. So.
Okay, you can understand what I'm saying.
All
right, that's all it is. Like, this brother decided, because of what this sister did, we're going to remember this day. It's not a high holy day. It's a memorial.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
It's like a Hanukkah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's a memorial. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Nigga did something cool. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're doing. You know what I mean? It's just, but you better keep them high holy days.
Right.
Definitely better keep them.
Right. Khan. That's what I was trying to say, sir. Like we definitely got to keep. Khan. We definitely got to keep these high holy days. You know what I mean? Like you need to separate yourself and make sure we're doing what the Lord has set for us to do. You know what I mean? Like we need to make sure that's what we're doing. You know what I mean? First and foremost. Okay. Khan. Sir. Okay. So. Did you read Amos 5:21?
I'm in the village.
Go ahead.
And I will not smell in your solemn assemblies.
Yeah, the Lord ain't gonna see it, okay? He's not gonna see what you're doing, okay? So that's not what we need to be doing, okay? We need to be keeping the Lord's, okay, the Lord's feast days, okay? You find that in the book of Leviticus, okay? That's what we need to be doing, okay? And separate ourselves from everything else, okay? Okay. So let's go to
Still in that First Kings.
What's that?
You still in that First Kings 53? 53.
No, let's go to Leviticus chapter 19 and verse 2.
Verse 2, sir.
You can start at 1.
Okay. The book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto all the congregation of the children of Israel.
The Lord told Moses to speak to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Okay, that's who this Bible is for. That's who the God of this Bible is talking to. Okay, and he used Moses at one point to speak to us. Okay, and tell us what we should and should not do. Okay,
right.
Read on.
And say unto them, Ye shall be holy, for I, the Lord your God, am holy.
Right. So just like our power is holy, okay, which means separate, okay, from all the other fake gods, okay. His people should be holy from all the other people on the earth, okay. Go ahead.
Verse 3. Ye shall fear every man his mother and his father, and keep my Sabbaths. I am the Lord your God.
Right, you can drop that, okay. So the Lord said that we are supposed to be holy, okay. Speak unto the children, so like you speak unto all the congregation of the children of Israel, okay, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, okay. Say unto them, ye shall be holy, for I, the Lord your God, am holy, okay. So this is what I've been trying to say all night, basically, okay, that our God wants us to be separated from all the other nations and people on this earth, okay, all the other families on this earth. Our God wants us to be separate from them. Our God does not want us to do what they're doing. Our God wants us to do what he has for us to do in this book, okay? Keep his law, statutes, and commandments, okay? This is what blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians should be aspiring to do,
Right.
okay? Keep our power, you know what I mean? Keep what he said. If you love him, you will do what he say, okay? We should be doing what our power has laid out for us to do, okay? And we're doing everything else in this earth today except keep, his law, statutes, and commandments if you're not in the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. And here we keep all our God's law, statutes, and commandments, okay? And that's what, our God has for us to do, okay? And that's what we should be doing, okay? So now you can go ahead and go to, let's go to Matthew chapter 25, okay? Matthew chapter 25 and verse 32. One second, let me get there with you. Okay, our power separated us from everybody else. He made a difference between us and everybody else. Okay, and we should respect that. Okay, we should want to be separated. Okay, we should want to be separate from all the other people on this earth. Okay, we should want to be different. We should want to stand out, okay, from everything else that that is in the earth. What is the scripture that say? If we keep his law, statutes, and commandments, they will say this is a wise and understanding people. Okay,
This is your
wisdom, right? In the sight of the nations, okay. But the only way that that's going to happen is if we are actually separate and doing what the Lord gave for us to do. Like we keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, and all the other nations and people will say, these people are wise and understanding people, okay? But right now, today, what do they say about us? We are a byword in the earth,
Right.
okay? We are a, what do you call it? An astonishment.
Right.
Okay, they look at us and be like, holy, wow. How are they still alive? How do they even live like this? You know what I mean? If we keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, the Lord say they will look at us and say, these are wise and understanding people. Okay? If you would, Sharatazak, grab that one for me, okay? We read. Okay, Thwada.
Matthew chapter 25, verse 33, verse 32.
Right.
And before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another.
That's what the Lord is, that's what he's always wanted. From the beginning, he separate all the nations of people. Okay, the Lord has never joined all the people together, just like with Babylon. Okay, they tried to be joined together. Sir. Right, the Babel, Tower of Babel. You know what I mean? They tried to They tried to join together. They tried to do what America is trying to do today. What America say? One nation under God. Bring all your all indivisible under God, and they say bring all. What do they say? Bring all your. Yeah, they say bring them. Come on, everybody. You know what I mean? As long as you ain't Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, you can come over here and prosper. You know what I'm saying? You can come over here and get down, and we'll all be, you know what I mean? As long as y'all do what I say, you know what I mean? Do it my way, but come on over here and eat. You know what I mean? Like, right. And that's not what the Lord has ever intended to happen on this earth. Okay? Read that again from the top.
Come on. The book of Matthew, chapter 25, verse 32. And before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divideth his sheep from the goats.
Right. The Lord, like the other nations are the goats, and his people are like sheep, okay? And he separated us from the other nations, okay? That's basically what this parable is saying. You know what I mean? Like the other nations, the Lord separated us from them. Okay. I don't know how many different ways he's got to say it. You know what I mean? Like he wants us to be separate from them. He doesn't want us to live among them. He don't want us to be hand in hand with them. He don't want, equal equality. He don't want that. The Lord wants Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to actually be on top. That's actually what he wants for us. But we have to want it for ourselves.
Right.
We have to want it for ourselves. We got to separate. Okay. We got to stop wanting to, like settle for less than nothing. Okay. You got to actually change your mind, change your life. Okay. Be in the spirit of your Father. Okay. Be in that spirit of separation. Okay, be in that mind frame, okay, to separate yourself from all the other people in the earth, because that's the only way Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians will get rest in this earth if we are not like mingled together with them.
It's like if I could, I remember Commander Junior Hunter saying it years back, man. He was saying something. And I remember him saying, like, that's why Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian people should be the ones ruling the earth. Because, like, we don't even want to prosper if everybody else has got to suffer. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't want to separate. We don't want us to be up here and now look down at everybody else. Like, we can't stomach it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just too much for us to handle. And it's because of our spirit. You know what I'm saying? It's because of, what we don't understand is, that's why you should be ruling. That's why you should want to separate, because otherwise, look, the ozone layer is going to be jammed up. You're going to have homeless and hungry people out here. You're going to have people dying in the streets and people getting off scot-free. You understand? So the only way that righteousness and justice can prevail in the earth is if those people that naturally have that spirit can come back to the law, statutes, and commandments and stand on what the Most High said, and no matter what, do that, then the earth will be at rest. You know what I'm saying? Like I say in
cedar trees will.
In Isaiah. Ever since that has been laid down, even the trees are at rest.
How is thy falling from heaven, O Lucifer?
We don't want to be the ones on top. We don't want to be the ones in heaven and everybody else under us. And that's what we don't understand. Like it's not bad. It's not like we're going to do them the way that they did.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like even though like you talking now, I can't wait to get me a little.
Right.
Beat the hell out.
But that's the process we got to go through to get there.
I need some closure.
Yeah. before I can get myself right, you know what I mean? I gotta know that that somebody got punished.
Yeah. Hey, man, but that's it, man. Like when he said said that a long time ago, you know, it really hit me like, yeah, that is us, man. Like, that's why the Most High separated us. We are the sheep, and here are the goats. Sheep, he's the shepherd of both of them.
Right.
They're just different.
Right.
They got two different roles. This one makes blankets or whatever. This one gives you this. You know what I'm saying? Does this and that and the third, and that's it. The white man, the Chinese man, the African man is meant to pick cotton. They meant to clean toilets. You are meant to make sure the toilet ain't, you know, I mean, it's the
to come in there and inspect it and then ruin it and have them come clean it again. Jeez. Most High Christ, sir. You know what I mean? Like,
one to honor, one to dishonor.
Right.
Same power.
Right. The Lord is the creator of the universe. You know what I mean? Like, he made the troglodyte. You know what I mean? Troglodyte. He made the troglodyte. Okay. He made all of them. The other day I was driving and I was like saying that word over and over again. Troglodyte. Okay, so the Lord created the goat and the sheep. Okay, you should just be thanking the Lord that you are the sheep. Okay, you should be thanking Him that you are the sheep and fall in place. Do the sheep's job. Serve the Lord. You know what I mean? Like, I don't. Man, it's just, sir. I don't know how many different ways to say it to him. You know what I mean? Like, man, it's rough out here. Okay.
One scripture says nothing so great that we did that we was created.
Come.
I'm saying it ain't us.
Right.
It's God that had mercy.
Right.
Take the mercy, take the punishment, and then take that seat, man.
Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Do your job. Do what the Lord has for you, man. I mean, you want peace in the earth, separate yourself. If you want the earth to run right and everybody be happy, separate yourself right now and it will happen. It will come to fruition. Okay? But there's something Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians must do first for the earth to have rest. Okay? What you got? You got a scripture, right, Sharatazak?
Khan, I got Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 6.
Hold on. Okay, you finished where you was at, right? Okay, Deuteronomy 4 and 6.
Yeah, we can start at 5.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Let me get there. Deuteronomy chapter 4. Troglodyte.
Yeah, I mean, caveman.
Yes.
Yeah. First person ever heard say that was the man Juliana. Like, troglodyte. What the hell is that? Look it up. Like, that nigga's a scholar. Right. Yeah, who the hell is the other one he used back in the day? Cro-Magnon, man. Something like that. He's a Cro-Magnon.
You know what? Commander General Yohana is just such a wonderful big brother. I mean, like, this nigga teach us everything. You know?
He used to have me rolling back in the day. Like, he used to do camps a lot, you know what I'm saying? Like, and, you know, his radio show, like now, it's real tame. Like back in the day, man, Junior Hana used to just go off. Man, it used to be fun. Nigga, he died.
Wow.
Man, Junior Hana used to be funny. Now he got the other.
Yeah. Get me right. Get me right. You two got too many, you know, restrictions or whatever.
Oh, man. That was it, man. Like you said, as a big brother, you can't ask me, you know what I'm saying? Like the brother, he really raised up, you know, like some brothers that would have did some damage in this earth, you know what I'm saying?
Come.
So, I'm definitely thankful.
Even right now today, sir, like, you know, these brothers that come in here, man, you know, Commander General Yohana, you know what I mean, he held it down. He deserved all the, you know, recognition that, you know, that is due to him. You know what I mean?
Definitely, man. He put us in a position to get the same.
Come. Do the same thing, right?
You're in a position right now, you know what I'm saying, to do great things, you know what I'm saying, and raise up brothers and sisters, man. Take care of families, you know what I'm saying, save people's life, you know what I'm saying, spiritually and physically, literally, you know
Yes,
what I'm
sir.
saying, like be there when, you know,
Right.
man, it's crazy, you know what I'm saying, get a chance to be a superhero. The same comics and cartoons we used to watch, we realize superheroes out here because of the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, and the brother deciding to hold it down and stand when nobody else would. It's amazing.
Most High in Christ. Most High in Christ, man. Most High in Christ, man. Go ahead and read what you got, Sharatazar. You can start at verse 5.
Khan, sir. Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my God commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it.
Even no matter, we supposed to keep these law, statutes, commandments, even in our low state. You know what I'm saying? Wherever you at, whatever land you in, wherever you at, you're supposed to keep these law, statutes, and commandments. And, you know, thank the Lord, you know what I mean? Like, these records survive and we can actually read them and know what we're supposed to do, okay? Go ahead.
Verse 6. Keep therefore and do them.
Right. Keep these law, statutes, and commandments, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Go ahead.
For this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations.
Right. Even like, yeah, in the sight of the nations. But I was just thinking, like, even, this is your wisdom. These law, statutes, and commandments, you know what I mean, is what, you know what I mean, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. This is our, you know what I mean, our wisdom. This is how we obtain, rulership. This is how we obtain, being on top of the earth by following the instructions that our power gave us, which is these law, statutes, and commandments.
Right.
Okay. Keep going.
Khan.
And if I could, another, like, a part of that, you know what I mean, is us separating. Like we've been reading all night, part of our rulership and what the Lord gave for us to do is to separate from these other nations. Okay, go ahead.
Khan. Which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
Why would we be a wise and understanding people? It says, and surely, okay, wait, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this is a great nation. It's like this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
Salakia, because we wouldn't be integrated. You know what I mean? Would have been segregated. Would have had our own everything. You know what I'm saying? We got all the salt, so we wouldn't need nobody. Everything we would have had would have been to perfection. You understand? Other nations would have been looking at us like, damn, look at they women. Women are beautiful. Look at their kids. Their kids are beautiful. You know what I'm saying? We would have had strong black men standing strong together as a nation, as a family, as one. You know what I mean? These other nations would have been coming to us for everything. We would have been in control. We would have been wise enough not to eat pork, wise enough not to date white women, sleep with white women. You understand? Would have been white. It's just so much. I can go on forever, man. We would just been wise, man.
Right, but why would we be wise? Like, the question I'm really asking is, why would we be wise? Hold on, the trooper. I got the trooper here. Go ahead.
Because they will see that the Lord is with us in everything that we do.
That's true. But I mean, okay, I'm gonna ask it like this. I'm gonna make it a little easier. What would make us wise?
Salakia.
Go ahead.
What would make us wise is following the law, statutes, and commandments.
Right. We wouldn't be wise if the Lord didn't choose us and give us law, statutes, and commandments. That's what made us wise. Other than that, we would be just like everybody else. Right, Cap? We'd be just like everybody else without these law, statutes, and commandments. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what made us wise, by these law, statutes, and commandments. Other than that, we would be just like everybody else, man. So that us keeping these law, statutes, and commandments and separating, okay, and doing what the Lord told us to do, now they're going to hear what we're saying. And what are we saying?
Keep the law, statutes, and commandments.
Right, but like, what would we be saying?
I give you a good one. You know what I'm saying? Like you know how this scripture is so heavy, because we look at like any of the great nations on the earth, and the only reason why they was great is from what they took from us. You understand? Like even now, you know, the white man got the quarantine and all that stuff. Where do you think quarantine came from? It came from the law, statutes, and commandments. This is how we don't spread certain things. We don't eat blood. You know what I'm saying? Turn around and you look at the health. You know what I'm saying? It can kill you if you eat blood. You can eat it rare if you want to, but you know what I'm saying? Like, so all of these things, like the wisdom that the Most High gave us in the law, statutes, and commandments is what makes a great nation. It's what makes a nation survive and live long and all of these things and prosper. You understand? So like that's like these laws. That's what makes us wise. That's why they're looking at us like, damn,
right,
like that.
right.
You know?
God, that's what I was saying. Like, what we would be saying would be what the Lord said. You know what I mean? And like, leave it up to us. We'd have been saying anything, but the Lord gave us something to say, and we said it, and we did it, and now they say, man, look at these wise and understanding people. You know what I mean? Because we are doing and saying what the Lord gave us to do and say. You know what I'm saying? We didn't come up with this on our own. You know what I mean?
What's that? Another one always comes up, you know, with me. This always comes up. You know, the one with you know, if you have a child, you understand? Like, you understand that that's where they got that from. You know, the doctor tells you after your wife has a child, you know how many weeks you gotta wait for you to have sex with your wife again? 6 weeks. Do the math in the Bible. After you have a son, it's 6 weeks. You understand? Like the doctors, you know what I mean? And we didn't need no doctorate degree. We didn't have to go to school for 8 years.
The Lord.
All you had to do was listen to your father, man. Listen to a black man, and he told you. You understand the things that would make you wise and prosperous in this earth. You know what I'm saying? It's a ton. You can go down a whole list of things. You know what I'm saying? It's just shit keep popping up in my head.
Most high Christ.
Where did they get it from, huh?
Most high Christ, sir. Most high Christ. I listen.
Lock you, sir.
I tell anybody, man, coming up, man, Cat taught me a lot. He still teaches me a lot every day, man. That's why I just be, you know what I mean? Like, Barak thought Yahweh shot, you know what I mean? Like, this truth, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I appreciate it, God. Listen, I could only aspire to be, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Captain Warriala, and that's, you know, straight up real talk. Straight up real talk. I hear you. So, I'm gonna tell you something. Sean said to me the other day. He said, "Well, thank you for the shit you ate, you know, whatever." Something. He said, most Christ. Go ahead, Sharatazak.
Nah, sir. I was just, man, that was heavy what Cap said with the doctors, man. Like, we ain't even need no doctors. Like, all we had to do was just listen to the Most High.
Right.
We ain't had to do no go to doctorate school, and you know, that was heavy as hell. And what you said, Austin the Shock, where, you know, you said that the Most High chose us. You understand? And that's the problem with us. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know that the Lord chose us because we don't know our nationality. We don't know that we the chosen one. That, you know what I'm saying? Like, we the Hebrews, we the Jews that the Bible speaks of. And if we knew that, you know what I'm saying, you know, we would come back to these law, statutes, and commandments. I was heavy when you said that, you know what I'm saying, because we really don't know that, you know, the Most High chose us. You know what I'm saying? Because we think that the Jews are white, Christ is white, or whatnot.
Yeah, Most High Christ. Now listen, like I said a minute ago, I'm just trying. I ain't shit either. So I tell you, I sit here and I try to emulate the men who taught me, okay, and I can only just try to emulate and be as good as how they, taught me to be. So, again, the water, Commander General Yohana, all the way down to, Captain Shwariyala, Officer Kazak, Officer Rakabia, Officer Tawashab, you know what I mean? Like the water of them brothers, you know what I mean? Every day I aspire to, work harder and try to be like them. You don't see it, you don't know it, but I'm somewhere trying to study and read and figure out something and asking this and asking that because I'm trying to be like my big brothers. You know what I'm saying? And that's real talk. Everybody out there in YouTube land, you need to get in this Israelite school, universal practical knowledge, and come up, get a big brother, you know what I'm saying, and learn how to live in this earth, okay, according to our power, okay. And the thing is that I was bringing out tonight was our power wants us to separate from. He separated us, okay? And now is the time in 2022 where we have to do it on our own. We have to step away from everything else that's going on in this earth, separate ourselves from it, and become holy, okay? Like our God want us to be, okay?
Right.
And we can read that in Deuteronomy chapter 14 and verse 2, if you would grab that for me, okay?
I was thinking 30, but then this one probably say until it's all over you around you.
Yeah.
For you this day, life and death.
Oh no, that's not the one.
That would be good. What
Yeah.
you just brought out, because that's so true. Like the Most High already called us and chose us
Right.
to be who we are.
Right.
Now you get a choice in this earth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you can choose to follow the Most High,
Or you can choose
to get with the white dude with the fentanyl. Whatever. Get it in. Knock yourself out. The Lord give you an option. I choose correctly if I was you.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like it's a choice. You're gonna either choose that fentanyl or thermonuclear warfare or whatever. It's up to you. You know what I mean? Like Christ, that's what Christ died on the cross. You know what I mean? Like now you can actually change your life. Okay, you can stop choosing fentanyl and, you know what I mean, serve your power the way he wants you to. And that requires for you to separate yourself from all the heathen on the earth, from everything else that's going on in this society, on the earth today, this rock that we live on. You have to be totally holy from everything, separate, okay? And listen, they know it. They get on the internet, the YouTube, and see what we doing, sir. They know we separate, you know what I mean? Right. We keep the Passover. We keep the Feast of Unleavened Bread. We keep the, Feast of Purim. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't no heathens coming in.
We separate. We maintain that separatism. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what we do in the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Nah, we don't do that in here. You know what I'm saying? We separate from everything, okay? No sign of Christ. Who's holding something? Where we at?
You want to do around 14?
14 verse 2.
Okay.
Hold on. Okay, yeah, give me verse 2.
Okay. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 14 and verse 2.
This is how the Lord feels about blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Go ahead.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
He said we are separate people unto him compared to, and relative to every other people, okay? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, you are separate from other people to him. You're something different, okay? Go ahead.
And the Lord hath chosen thee to be a peculiar people unto himself.
Right. Okay. The Lord chose you to be something special. Okay. Unto himself. Okay. The Lord chose you, okay, for himself. Read on.
Above all the nations that are upon the earth.
And he chose you to be above all the other people. Okay. Like Captain Shwariyala was saying earlier, you should want that. You know what I mean? Like you should want that. That way the earth can run properly. Okay. The ecosystem will be, how do they say it? you know how everything runs evenly or whatever. You know what I mean? Like the ecosystem would be perfect. Okay, their animals won't just go extinct. Okay, you won't have this troglodyte hunting down elephants,
Right.
like killing them, hunting them down, and then turn around and make a commercial and say, "Save the elephants."
Right.
It's this man is insane. Okay.
And then listen, man, the brother just read it. He said, you know, the Most High called us to be what? Real quick, if I could, you don't mind.
No,
this
most times
right here is like, I'm telling you.
I'll read, sir. And the Lord have chosen thee to be a particular people unto. Okay. For Salakia, 14:2. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. And the Lord hath chosen thee to be a particular people. Oh, Salaki, sir, peculiar. Damn.
That's the word I looked up. Okay.
I was gonna look it up too. Most High Christ.
Yeah. No, I love this definition. That's why I had to get it. You know
Most High Christ.
The Oxford, right? It says a strange or odd, unusual. You know what I'm saying? That's the word peculiar. This is the first definition. Strange or odd or unusual. You know what I'm saying? That's how they look at us or should look at you. If the rest of the nations ain't looking at you as strange or odd or unusual, you know what I'm saying? You ain't the Lord's people. You ain't holy. You're not separate. You understand? If you fit in like with everybody else, you are not this people that the Bible is talking about. The other definition, number 2, is particular. You know what I'm saying? That's the other one. Right. Particular or special.
Right.
That's what the word peculiar is. The other one. Any attempt to explicate this theme is bound to run into peculiar difficulties. So and then it says belonging to or exclusively to, man. So particular, special, strange, odd, or belonging to exclusively. You know what I'm saying? Yes, to the Most High. We are peculiar to the Most High. You understand? Like we're a special people set apart under Him, and that's what like you're gonna see in ISUPK. Why we say we are not affiliated with any other so-called Hebrew Israelite, nothing like that, because we peculiar. Right. You understand? Like we are special people unto the Lord, man. We gonna live up to that, man.
Most High Christ. The water, sir. Most High Christ. Shit, that's it. Shit. You closed it for me, sir. Most High Christ. The water. Hey, y'all officers, you got something y'all want to add?
Nah, sir.
Nah, sir.
Okay, Most High Christ, and we're gonna go ahead and end the class. Okay, we're the ISUPK, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We are under commanding General Yohana, and like Captain Shawariyala said, we are not affiliated with any other Hebrew Israelite group. Okay, since 1969, we've been bringing out that Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the true biblical Israelites of the Bible, and we need to separate ourselves from everything else in this earth. Okay. With that, Sharatazat, you got the announcements.
Con, sir, you want me to read them?
Yes.
No sweat. ISUPK security announcements. Rules for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to learn and shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, they are to seek counsel from the heads. Tithes, which is a commandment, Numbers 18 and 21, Malachi 3, 8 through 10, means 10th in the Hebrew, ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. You understand? Priest funds, free will offerings for priests, not mandatory, whatever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. February the 14th is the Feast of Purims. You understand? Check your bulletins. Also, the Passover, April the 15th. Go ahead, sir.
The Feast of Purim is April 14th and the 15th. February 14th and 15th. Both days starting at sundown, okay?
Con.
Go ahead.
You understand? And
I'm
remember,
good.
check the bulletin.
You see, everything I've been saying, it's been April. I'm ready for that Passover. What? Go ahead.
That's right. Con. All right. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headbands, and scarf. And with that, I want to say a majum.
Which means to stand?
Which means to stand. I always forget to say that. The water. Want to give a courtesy salute to the teacher in the class. Men of Israel, Majum Shabbat. Majum. Barak. Yadram Tab, which means hands down. Want to salute the sisters in the class. Sisters may stand. Men of Israel, Majum Shabbat. Majum. Barak. Yadram Tab, hands down. Class dismissed.
The water for you brothers coming in. Most High Christ. Shalom. Yahweh Shabbat Thumb.
Shalom.
Shout to the sisters, okay? The water.
Young Barca.
Doing out this way, true.
I had to get some couch, and then
Oh, damn.
Nice.
Rick was able to get the kids out of school early, so
Yeah, you can't beat it in the couch.
yeah, well, it was in Hope Sound.
Damn.
Old Sound. Ooh.
Yeah, that's Miami.
No, Old Sound, that's like just north of Jupiter.
Oh,
Yeah, Stewart.
Stewart, yeah, just north of Jupiter.
I still don't know.
You think about Homestead?
I know Homestead is down there. Old Sound just sound like
it. Sound like some Miami shit.
down there. That's the Homestead.
I'll be finding out all the time.
Yeah, I don't move enough. I don't move around enough.
Lake Placid.